I quit, I'm gay, and I love Xander.
Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death? Think about it, Willie. Um, they both would cause like, okay, one would cause like fear of that thing. So for example, if you're like, and there's two ways to go about it. If you do like this weird thing, you fucking, I don't know, go underwater and see like this magician and he asks you this question. Let's say he says, "Oh, you're gonna die from like car, like with from a car. You don't know if it's gonna be you getting hit by a car explodes and you are next to it, a car like tire falls off and like hits you in the head, anything car related. So you'd be scared of like cars the whole time. You'd like live in fear. The alternative, which is weird because when you feel like knowing the specific way is less scary than not knowing the specific way in a way, because you could be scared of everything. But I guess since you know for sure that it's that thing, you'd stay away from it. The alternative is knowing the date. With that one, it's like I feel like you'd always be living like fuck it. But it's another weird one of like I don't know. That's another weird one. I think I would rather know the date, because if I knew how, I would just think about how the whole time. Like I'd be like, oh, I'm scared of fish now because it says something about fish. Like it says I'm gonna die. Like is a shark gonna eat me, or am I gonna eat a fish at a restaurant and fucking die because food poisoning? But then the date, I would definitely get lazy like last year. Like if it's like 2023, I'm gonna die. I like wouldn't work that year. I would just like run around being a chump. But it's an interesting question there, because if you knew you would die in a year, I'm assuming if you don't go like the route where you feel like hopeless and just do nothing, I'm assuming you would do stuff that you very much enjoy every day. Like if you knew, let's shorten the timeline, because there's more room to do nothing in the year one. If you knew you'd die in like a month, what would you do? Probably stuff that you enjoy. But it's weird. Like why don't people do that now? But they do it when they know they're gonna die. I think it's because one is more long term, or one is unknown. So like if you think, oh, I'm gonna die when I'm old, I have time. Then yeah. And that's why people like when they're older, like they start doing the shit that they always wanted to do. Well, part of that is because they get more money by then. But yeah. But if you didn't have, let's say like you don't have the income that you'll have when you're older, and you find out you're gonna die in a month, what would you do? You'd be more risky, like you'd spend more money and stuff. So maybe, hey Willie, it's weird, because someone could be like, oh, I spent all my money on like a bunch of fun stuff. If you do that and you're not dying in a month, you would just go broke, because you like spent all your money doing like shit, like random shit. So that makes sense if you get all specific with it. It's a weird would you rather. Yeah. I got another one for you. Have you ever had a dream about dying? This is a dark series of questions, by the way. And yeah, I did one time. I had a dream that have you ever had a dream that you had a dream that you had a dream that you could do anything? No, but I had a dream that I was like standing next to a pool and I was like walking on the side of the pool and I went in and like sunk to the bottom. And I was holding my breath at the bottom. And I don't know why I sunk. But I started swimming up and swimming up and swimming up and swimming up and getting closer and closer to the top to finally be able to breathe. And I remember it was really vivid. Like I was like a good foot away from being able to get to the top, but I just couldn't. And then I see like a figure come up, kind of like with the sun behind them, so they're like a silhouette, come up and look down into the pool. And then like as they looked down, it was weird because it was a dream, but I thought what I would think if I was about to die, because I thought it was real and it was super vivid. Like it was the most vivid dream I've ever had. So I literally thought what I would think if I was about to drown. So I looked up and I saw the figure, and I remember like in my head I was like, it was like, no, not yet. Which is just like, I just kept saying like not yet in my head, or like I'm not ready type thing. Which is just a few words, but that's all the time I had. So your brain kind of summarizes everything that it wants to say about life and dying in a few words. And that's why last words are pretty popular, I guess, like or infamous. But it was like, just like speaking on the whole like thing of like there's stuff, like I just want to find out what I like to do and see if by the end of everything I'm able to do that for like every day, if that makes sense. Like I want every day to feel like no pressure and just doing something that I enjoy doing. And that's not like being on a yacht and like drinking and stuff like that. It's like genuinely finding the thing that I enjoy doing and doing it every day, whether that's like building stuff or like I don't know it yet, so I can't even like think of examples, like making stuffed animals, or like something about like some specific material that I find very like some fabric that I like to create, or some random thing, like something like that. Like the goal is to find like the most specific thing, and that's why I try so many different things. And I'm always trying to do like a bunch of different hobbies and things like that. And the goal is to see if like at some point I can do that every day and still be able to like pay my stuff, not be like rich. The goal is not to be rich, but I seriously think that like if you end up doing something that you really like and just keep doing it and like share it to the world, that the money could come from it because of the internet and like stuff like that. But like, yeah. So I was thinking like I'm not done. Like I haven't found that thing yet, or I haven't found out if it's possible or if I was going to achieve that yet. And then like my fucking shit faded to black like a Tarantino film or any film. And then I woke up. And like for a long time after, I felt like I was in a rush, which was kind of a good thing, but like also not really. It felt like I was in a rush to find, because I'm pretty patient with like this whole like idea that I have going on. But for a while after that dream, I was like, I gotta get moving, because I thought like I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, to give you like a tangible example, let's say one day I like go scuba diving, and I'm like, shit, this is what I really like doing. And then I keep doing it and keep doing it. And then I find a job in it. This is one example. I found a job in it. And then I just really like that job. And I just do that every day. And I just like doing it every single day. There's that opportunity. The other example is when it's something that's not as like formal. So let's say, for example, I find out like doing this podcast is like what I want to do all the time. Like I like sharing my thoughts and like just talking to other people on the podcast and stuff like that. So I just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and sharing it and putting clips on TikTok and YouTube videos and putting more content out every day and just keep doing it and doing it over and over and over every day. Put it like a bunch of, go 4 videos a day, 10 videos a day, like hundreds of like different platforms posting stuff every day. And then an audience would build. And this is not me like on the grind in this example. It's me just doing what I would be doing regardless. And then everything else came with it. That's what I'm getting at. So I think that that's possible. And I felt a hint of it before with film, because what I was doing before, and still am in a way, was just like making shit, like making videos, making skits, making podcasts, making like a bunch of random stuff. That's what I was doing, what I'm doing right now. And so I went into doing video for like a career, and I made a company, and I started like doing free stuff, then charging more and more and more. And then I started doing projects with like universities and like putting billboards up and doing like much larger projects. And then like I realized that, and you've seen it on, I won't elaborate that much because you've seen it on like other podcasts, but then I just didn't like it because how people were in that industry. And by people, I mean like clients and other things like that. So I had a sense of like what it felt like to do what you like, and other people see it as like you're working too much or you're grinding. But I wasn't on the grind because it was just stuff I did anyways. When I was like 11, I was doing the same stuff. I was like just making stuff. And the people trusted like what I was writing and stuff like that, so they were letting me write stuff for them. So it was the same stuff I was doing, but I just realized that I didn't like doing it for other people that much. So yeah, but I was close. And this is where people get like stuck in like businessman's fallacy or woman's fallacy or person's fallacy, where they've gone this far so they can't turn back now, and they can't restart, and they can't do something different. And I could have easily still been doing that stuff now after 4 years of still doing it, but I wouldn't be happy doing it anymore. The alternative is stop doing it, and everyone's like, why'd you stop? I thought you were doing this, but you were doing so well. What happened? That's like the thing. What happened? Oh, what happened? And that happens. Like I stopped doing it. I started working as a barista because I like coffee, and that was another thing I wanted to explore. Still am. And people, like clients, other business owners, like competitors, and people like that come in. And this happened to Lennox too. But I'll just tell you this example. They come in and they like, some of them just act awkward, and then other people are like, how's the blah 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 going? And then other people are like, what happened? So that's the alternative. Like dealing with like other people's opinions being like, uh, why'd you stop? You got that far, blah 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 blah. Is because I didn't like it anymore. So it's like that's the thing. Um if it's not something I want to do, and I'm not being like unrealistic. I obviously know there's going to be days where there's work that you have to do that you don't like enjoy, but I'm talking the way of living where there's the least pressure on your chest. Not the way of living where it's like you're like it's all sunshines and rainbows and it's like you just do what you like and get a bunch of money for it. No. It's the one where like it's playing your hand the best you can. So it's like using the hand you were dealt with the best you can. That's what I'm attempting to do. So that could be like that guy I just gave an example about that I made up who likes scuba diving. Maybe he can't go like scuba diving with fucking sharks every day like he wanted to. Maybe part of his stuff is like studying like bacteria or blah 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 that's down there. I don't know what's down there. It's an example. But it's like it's the thing he would enjoy the most with the options he was given or the opportunities he would, like was able to obtain. That's the point. The point's not like, oh, he's gonna go do what he loves every single day without even having to work hard just because that doesn't make sense. That's not what I'm saying. But yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do.